Hey everyone, Dustin here from lawatyourside.com, where we provide real legal help when you really need it. And did your workers' comp doctor say, there's nothing wrong with you, go back to work? Today I'll tell you how we like to deal with those situations. So workers' comp doctors, unfortunately, are notorious for trying to send you back to work before you're ready to go back to work. We've had clients that had huge disc bulges in their back and the doctor says, oh, you're fine, go back to work. Or, oh no, you don't need an x-ray or you don't need an MRI. And later we find out that they're gonna need back surgery. Or later we find out they had some sort of nasty concussion at work and they've had traumatic brain injury, something crazy like that. Unfortunately, it happens a lot. So first, let me tell you why that tends to happen. It's because the insurance companies are watching these doctors, these medical provider network doctors, like a hawk. They know how much these doctors are billing, they know what kind of treatment they're requesting, and they know what kind of reports they're writing. And guess what? If these doctors put you off of work for too long, or they request MRIs done or x-rays done, insurance company knows about that, and these doctors can get kicked out of these medical provider networks. So what happens is they feel a lot of pressure, so a lot of times they'll just try to kick you back to work. So there's a couple ways to deal with this. It's very political, it's borderline malpractice. In fact, it could be malpractice in my opinion, on the doctor's parts. At some level, it could be borderline fraud, considering some of the things that are going on in that system. And unfortunately, you as the injured worker are kind of at the bottom rung of that ladder, and you're the one that suffers, and it's very, very unfortunate. There's a couple ways that we like to deal with these situations. Number one is we can always request a new medical provider network doctor. So if one doctor is treating you like crap and saying go back to work, nothing wrong with you, we can always go in and say, okay, thank you, we don't like this doctor, we want a different doctor in the medical provider network. Even if you're doing your case on your own in the beginning, you can do that too. Sometimes insurance adjusters have told clients that they cannot, but that is completely false. You can request a new doctor at any time. There's an MPN, Medical Provider Network list, and you can access that and request authorization for a new doctor at any point that you want. You're not stuck with this one doctor. So what we'd like to do is request a new doctor. That process can take some time, unfortunately, but it's something that we like to do. Second thing we like to do is immediately begin this state panel QME or AME process. And what that does is it's sort of, you still have your treating doctors, but we like to take the treatment and the recommendations out of the hand of the treating doctor, more so into the hand of the state doctor, because the state doctor is generally going to be more neutral. They're going to write better reports. They're not in the hands and the pockets of the insurance company. They're not relying on the insurance company for their livelihood or their living. And they've also taken a qualified exam in order to become a state doctor. So we like to start that process. That process does take some time, unfortunately, in the workers' comp system, about 3, 4, 5 months, depending on the specialty and the region and the doctors. And there's a whole long process. I talk about that in a different video. But we do like to start that process so we can get that doctor's recommendations and hopefully navigate the treatment from there. Option number 3 is when you go to your doctor, be very particular with them and be somewhat forceful with them. You shouldn't have to be, but you're going to need to be sometimes. And if they just say, no, go back to work, just throw words at them like, doctor, this doesn't sound like the medical standard of care that you're providing me today. Doctor, I can barely walk. I can barely lift something up. Do you think I'm really able to go back to work when I can't walk? Be stern with them. A lot of times these doctors are seeing hundreds of different clients over a short period of time. They're just spending only a couple minutes with you. They're not really paying attention to you or your needs. They just sometimes will come in with a certain bias, assume that you're faking your injury, you're not really injured, or they just are caving into the pressure that the insurance companies are putting on them to kick you back to work. So there could be a number of different things. stand out from maybe other injured workers and just say like, hey, I'm not going to be bullied, I'm not going to be pushed back to work, and make a strong stand for yourself so they wake up a little bit and they don't just think that they could push you over and you do whatever they want. And we've had some clients who will do that and the doctor sort of snaps out of it, wakes up a little bit, takes them off work, or prescribes the medication they need or the treatment they need, MRIs. Now, not all doctors are like this, of course. Certainly not in the NPN, not all of them are like it, but we've certainly had our fair share of clients informing us about doctors who do that, so just make a stand for yourself if you can. So those are the 3 ways we like to deal with those situations where if the workers' comp doctor is sending you back to work prematurely. So thank you so much for watching that video. If this video helps you, please click the like button below and subscribe to our channel. Also, if you want a free consultation or for us to help you on your workers' comp case, please give us a call at the number below and we'll be more than happy to discuss it with you.